I will, sorry about this is Esperanto, but you well dedicated, so I understand it. I will speak about how this idea was created or came about, how it's financed. I will speak about who were the people who helped me to do it. I will speak about different problems which happened during the project and how the films were received, and the jury, how we decided which movie will win. Then about the ceremony when we handed out the prizes in Berlin during Berlinale Festival, how the different entries were distributed by the internet and by DVD, and everyone of you please feel free to take one of the DVDs. And then about the film festivals which were created, because originally it was just a short film competition, but now it's a series of film festivals, and the future plans I have. And if we still have time, maybe not, you can ask me some questions, preferably questions then maybe while we have our dinner, or have our lunch. So first I will speak a little bit about how this idea was created. And as you know, I'm very frequently in Australia, and in Australia there is the largest short film competition in the world taking place. It's called the Jobfest. So every year it's about 80,000 people, and we can see the different venues all over Australia. The biggest one is in Sydney, but in all major cities of Australia it's broadcasted simultaneously by satellite, and when people can actually see these movies. The Jobfest has in total prize money of 100,000 Australian dollars, and they receive about 800 movies. Out of these 800 movies, on that evening only 16 movies were shown. So this is what you can do if you do it really big. Now, for us Esperanto speakers, we have to do it in a little bit smaller dimensions. So basically, the thing is, Esperanto was founded 1887. So in 2013, 2012, it became 125 years. So, and every organization tried to celebrate it in their own way. And since I'm a board member of the German Esperanto Association, we also wanted to celebrate 125 years of Esperanto. But how? So I had the idea about this short film festival, and everyone thought this is a great way to celebrate, and so basically first I had to get the finances for it. And to impress people, it's good to have good money, and many of the movie makers actually contributed because they knew that there is a good prize money to be won. So when I compared to other film festivals, 5,000 euros is actually quite a decent number. It's not 100,000 euros like Jobfest, but that's the biggest in the world. But a lot of the film festivals which are done in Germany, Austria or Switzerland are in the range around 5,000, maybe up to 10,000 euro, but it's in that range. So I actually could convince my association to give this money. And the board members, not only the board members agreed to it, but also we actually presented the project during annual assembly, and the members also supported it. And then, well, it's my idea, my project, but I needed to have people who were actually helping to do it all. So luckily I found Max Höhle, who is a filmmaker, a film student, who was willing to help us basically in the technical things to collect the movies, and then we could offer it. And we actually did advertisement at different places all over the world. A lot of Esperanto associations all over the world were really enthusiastic about this news that the Germans actually do something really fantastic. So the Brazilian Esperanto speakers, for example, did huge contributions, a lot of advertisement, but also the Chinese Esperanto speakers helped me a lot in presenting it, and we have a big Esperanto radio station, so I did several interviews and could use their server actually to promote it. So, but yeah, there were some problems in the project, like normally. And I must admit, I'm not a professional organizer of film competitions. It's my first time, so I had some learnings. If I would do it a second time, I would do it much better, but luckily I could overcome all the problems. One issue is if you do it in a board and association, there are many people who want to be involved, like many cooks which spoil the meal, you know this. So that actually made it pretty difficult. So on each little detail on the rules of how to contribute, everyone wanted to discuss, and finally I told the board either they give me permission to do most of it on my own, only have them involved in major decisions, or they have to look for someone else to do it. That was convincing enough, so actually I could pretty freely decide how to do it on a more detailed level. The other problem was, originally we were targeting the film academies in Germany, but for strange reasons which I still don't understand, there were practically no contributions from Germany. So 5,000, yeah, like Ludwigsburg, yeah, 5,000 euro waiting to be handed out, and no one actually took notice of it. It's quite amazing. And besides, well, instead of trying to find out what it is, I thought I have to do it in the way I know. And I'm not someone who has a background in filmmaking. I'm rather someone who has a background in Esperanto. So I actually switched the whole thing, saying instead of having a film competition, which is based on German filmmakers, I opened it to the whole world. And so we did a lot of advertisement. For example, the rules, the conditions were translated into 7 different languages. So not only Esperanto and German and English, we got a Spanish translation, a Portuguese translation, Chinese translation, and not only a Kurz translation, also a Serb translation as well. So basically, when we looked at it, we got in total 56 entries. And these 56 entries came from different countries. And on the DVD which you have, I don't show you the 56, but the 34, which are a little bit more versatile. So here you can see a little bit where it comes from. Which is from Ukraine, Germany, Slovak Republic, it's China, Brazil, Russia, Poland, Spain, Switzerland, Zaire, Italy, Bulgaria, Benin, Spain, many contributions, Finland. So, and you will have all these different ones on the.
How much time did you give them for the production?
So basically, the conditions were the movie has to be in Esperanto or about Esperanto. In total, actually, it came in 7 different languages. So I got one movie which is completely in Russian, or a movie completely German English, and so on. But about 2/3 of the movie came in German. But there, this is a condition up to 5 minutes. And in or about Esperanto. So yeah, finally I was pretty successful in getting all the contributions from the different countries. And when we received the films, we had to technically convert it because everyone was delivering it in the technical format which he or she wanted to contribute it. So, and then we had a team of judges. And in total I got 7 judges, which partially consisted of board members of a German Esperanto Association, because they paid the money. And I created a judging system, so everyone had to watch all the 56 movies, giving points, and then we calculated which movies got most points to give out the prizes. It's quite interesting, but the taste about different movies is quite different, so everyone has a different flavor, what is good or what is not good. So it's pretty important to have different judges to actually get different opinions. And there were some movies I found just fantastic and outstanding, but no one liked them. And other movies which I didn't like, but other people really appreciated. So it's really good to have all these different inputs from different churches together. So basically we had a winner, and then what we wanted to do is, of course, not just give out the money and that's it. We had a lot of publicity, of course, doing this competition, but what's the next step? We are basically making most advantage of the fact that these movies are there. So we actually did a prize ceremony in Berlin, and every second year, I think, there's a big Berlinale film festival. Maybe you've heard about it. And we did the prize ceremony in Berlin during the time of Berlinale. It's not part of a Berlinale, but at the same time. So the movie journalists were already in Berlin, and we could invite them, and we could invite the winners of the movies. And so basically, this couple got the second prize. Shared is that couple here. He actually did the movie for this. Unfortunately, the first prize, a movie from Ukraine, the winner couldn't come. Also, it's a question of travel cost. She's coming from Slovak Republic, and they are coming from Germany. That's the president of German Esperanto Association, by the way. So we actually had a great event. And now the question then is, what next? Is it that? Now I'm continuing to make most of it, because there is so much work in producing these 56 movies, and we have to honor it somehow. Not just by the money. If you calculate how much money, 5,000 euro divided by 56, that's less than 100 euro per movie. So we also have to honor it in different ways to see this richness. So besides this pricing ceremony, where we also showed the best entries, we also created a website on YouTube to actually send out movies, and by now there are more than 20,000 views on YouTube, so more than 20,000 people watched a movie on YouTube, and in total they came from 123 different countries. So this is a really international film festival, yeah. And what's even more amazing, even though it's a German project and I did most advertisement in Germany, this is a listing on which countries had how many views. Germany had 2,700 views, which is is however 13% of all views. But there's many other different countries, and Brazil actually had 3,200 views. So Brazil actually had more viewers than Germany. This is quite amazing. United States 1,500 views, Spain 1,200, Poland 1,200 as well, and France just slightly below. But we even got views from very far off countries, like we have viewers from Tanzania, Dominican Republic, Reunion, Yemen, Burundi, Sri Lanka, Kyrgyzstan, Sudan, New Caledonia, Senegal, Palestine, Burkina Faso, Iran, Mali, Cape Verde, Macau, Botswana, and Ghana, for example. So this is a really international result, and so this basically ensures that these movies are seen, and that's the result so far. So it's about, this is a screenshot I did from YouTube about 1 month ago, so this number is continuously increasing. So this is one way of distributing it. Another way of distributing it is having this DVD, and for those of you who don't have one yet, so
these two gentlemen.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please help yourself. Basically this DVD.
Three.
That's one.
Left. Anyone will use it?
So this DVD again was produced with Esperanto money. It's not sold, it's actually given away for free.
Okay.
And in total there are 5,000 of these DVDs. And now I'm trying to distribute it evenly across this planet. So for example, 1 month ago I was traveling in Esperanto circles in France, and I met an Esperanto speaker from Cuba. So one of the board members of the Cuban Association, and he was really interested in it. And I gave him one, and I said, you can have 2 or 3. And he said, yeah, actually, if I could have 10, then I could give 1 to each of the 10 provinces of Cuba, because we all have their own Esperanto association. So yeah, this way it's spreading quite well, and these DVDs were finished end of December, and by now from the 5,000, 3,000 are already distributed. So maybe the price is about to increase as soon as I'm running out of it. So yeah, maybe it can serve as a good type of collector's item. But many people ask me why DVD, because you already have it on YouTube. So people don't watch movies anymore on television, we watch it on computers, so they can do it on YouTube as well. But a DVD is really haptic. You have it in your hand, and you put it on the table, and it's there, it doesn't go away, and you see it every day, and one day you see, I finally have to watch it. Yeah. If I give you a link on the internet, you say it's great, and you don't never do it, but a DVD, you can't resist. So I'm very sorry that you took it, now you have to watch it. So that's one way how I try to make best out of the results of his film competitions. Another way is to do so-called film festivals. And so far I did 4 film festivals, which is basically, if there is a meeting where people are, I try to get them to watch the movies, of course. In a group it's more fun. It's like watching a movie in the cinema is often more fun than doing it on alone. But this format of a film festival is even more interactive. Because the people do not only watch the movies, they have a task. They have a serious task. They have to give out a prize. It's the prize of the audience. So it's a serious work which people have to do. Even though here this is a film festival that I did in January in Canberra, the Australian capital. Here it's quite cozy places, but we have a serious work actually, because we only could give out prizes to 3 winners. But yeah, we have 56 entries. So and there are so many good movies, and a couple of people were disappointed. They thought their movie is the best, and it turned out they didn't get the prize. But now in the film festivals, we still have a chance to win the prize of the audience. So at that film festival in Canberra, the prize actually went to a movie from China. And interestingly, 2 months later, I went to China, in Beijing, to do a film festival in Beijing, and I could arrange with the winner of that film festival in Canberra actually could come and give his speech. So I show you some pictures first. This is now this testimony that someone won. This is the president of the Australian Esperanto Association. So it's the prize, yeah. So Ding Xiaotong from China won that prize, and then we did this the same film festival, same format in Beijing, and the thing is, you can only vote for movies which have not won yet, because otherwise there is like the first winner, a movie from Ukraine is so good. Maybe that movie would very often win, which would not help much to the other filmmakers. So the condition is they can only vote for films which have not won yet. And in Beijing, actually, a film from Brazil was winning. And one of the participants from the Esperanto Association in Brazil, actually, from China, was actually traveling to Brazil because there is a big event taking place actually next week. So he will personally hand out the prize money, which is donated by the Chinese Esperanto Association. will give out that prize in person. So that's a film festival in Beijing. Then, so yeah, ceremony again, this the testimony. And then the next film festival took place in southern France, in Provence. So each setting is a little bit different, and that's a meeting of the French Esperanto youth. And it's in Mont Ventoux, which is the highest mountain of a province. So, so we are now in the area of Avignon. So that event took place here, and on the next picture you can see a little bit how the atmosphere of a film festival is there. The advantage of having a venue just in the mountains is that people have more time to work more concentrated on electing the best films. So. Yeah, so basically these are the films which are already won. These are the 3 ones which were winning, getting the prize of the judges. And these are the different film festivals from Canberra, which is a Chinese movie. Then in Beijing, a movie from Brazil won. In Mont Ventoux in France, a Russian movie won. And just 2 weeks ago, we had another film festival in Erfurt with about 150 participants. I don't have pictures yet from there, but there another movie from Brazil was winning. Interestingly, because the Brazilian Esperantists did so much work in promoting it, a lot of entries actually came from Brazil. So that's basically how this project is happening, and where a future film festival is planned in the city of Herzberg im Harz. And this is actually a little bit a different format, because this is not an Esperanto meeting. This is actually a city festival for all the citizens of the city of Herzberg am Harz. And so it will be open air, and then the audience will see it, and for this we will actually create German language subtitles for all the movies which we will screen. So this is basically the next plans, and another idea is actually to produce subtitles. And subtitles would look like this. This is technically, now it's getting a bit technical. This is a movie which in this case actually was originally done in German language, and then it will be translated into the different languages, and in total my plan is to have actually 10 languages per movie subtitled, and then we can put it on the different distribution channels like video sites like YouTube and Vimeo and so on. And in this case, instead of 34 movies, we actually have 10 times, so 340 movies. And the more movies we have, the more views we're having, and this way actually get most result of the big work the film producers did on this project. So that's all I wanted to say about this project in brief. If you want, I can show you some of entries which I got here as well. But also I'm open for your question. Now I pretty quickly and very condensed spoke about this project, which kept me busy in the last 2 years. So I'm happy to hear your questions.
I think it's interesting to see